Hi friends, welcome to Guru Maths Theory. Problems we have already covered in this app. You can download this app from Play Store to get these videos everything on your mobile. These are useful for CBSE, State as well as ICSE. Everyone who's pursuing maths. So let's focus on theory. Understanding elementary shapes. Okay, this is what we'll be focusing. So there are so many shapes around us made up of lines and curves. Now what do you mean by lines and curves? See, this is a line. This is a segment actually. Line means anything is a line. Suppose if you see a table, all the edges are lines or segments, right? And curves means what? All the mountains and seas, everything is a curve. Roads on which we walk on. When you go into the ghat section on the mountain, then the roads are curves. That's what you'll see. Then segments, angles, triangles, polygons, circles, etc. Now what is this? Segment means this one. This is a segment which has an end point on both sides. Angles means two rays, this ray and the starting point is common. Triangle means these three. This is called as a triangle. Three sides and the ends meet with each other. Polygon means what? Which has a many sides. Now triangle is also a polygon. Okay, means all polygons start from triangle and can go up to 1000 these sides. Means here square is a polygon, 4 sides. Rectangle 4 sides. Pentagon 5 sides. Polygon. So these shapes are of different sizes and measures. Okay. Measuring line segments. A line segment is a fixed part of a line. This fixed part means it has a starting point and an ending point. So it must have some length. A fixed length it will be having. We can compare any line segment on the basis of the length. See this AB and CD. Which is smaller, which is bigger. You can immediately find it out. So comparison by observation. We can tell which line segment is greater than the other just by observing the two line segments. Okay. But it is not sure. Sure means you can't tell by how much. You can only tell yes, bigger or smaller. By how much you can't say. So just you can say AB is greater than CD. Next is comparison by tracing. In this method we have to trace one line on the paper and then put the traced line segment on the other line to check which is greater. Means what? You draw the line on the paper, take that paper and put it on the other paper. See here, both the segments are to be drawn on separate papers. You draw it on the one, take that paper and then put it on the other segment to compare. That's what is the meaning of tracing. Comparison by ruler and divider. This is the easiest one. We can use ruler to measure the length of the line segment. Put 0 mark at a point A and then move towards one measure to measure the length of the line segment. Means whatever L measure, not 1 actually, L measure, but it may have some errors on the basis of thickness of the ruler, so that's okay. Basically how do we measure? Put 0 and start measuring. Okay, using divider. That's also the similar one. Put 1 point on this segment, starting point of this segment, the other point on the end point of this segment, and then mark it with the ruler. Check what is the length on the ruler. That is also one method. Okay, means you put the 2 points of your divider on the two segments and then take the same divider and measure it on the ruler. That's it. Now what is right angle and what is straight angle? See here. North, east, west, south. These are at right angles to each other. Means east is at right angle to north. Means the angle is 90 degrees. So this is called as right. And what is straight? East and west are opposite to each other. So they are at a straight angle. Straight angle means the measure is 180 degrees. Okay. So north and south are at a straight angle. East and west are at straight angle. North and east are at right angle. North and west are at right angle, and so on. Now you can definitely know. Now what is complete angle? Complete angle means if you start revolving from this point and come back to the same point again. So Earth always makes a complete angle on a daily basis. It rotates around itself and comes to the same point, right? That's called as complete angle. Means it rotates by 360 degrees. Similarly, Earth revolves also through a complete angle. It starts from one point at the starting of the year and comes back to the same point at the end of the year, right? That is called as revolution. Okay, next. So in a clock, what can we say? If the hands of the clock move from one point to other, they are moving through an angle. Definitely, right? Because what is an angle? Angle is this measurement between these two hands, right? When the clock starts from 12 and reaches 12, means our hand, it starts from 12 and reaches 12 again, it completes one revolution. Even minute hand, when it starts from one point and moves and comes back to the same point, it makes one revolution. Second hand means that second hand which is there, that also does one revolution every 1 minute, right? So the minute hand between 12 to 6 will make how many? Half revolution, right? And then the minute hand, the hour hand will make half revolution between 12 to 6. Between 6 to 9, it will make 1/4 revolution. Between 1 to 10, it will make 3/4 revolution. And how many right angles will minute hand and hour hand form between 12 to 6? Two right angles. Between 6 to 9, it will form one right angle. Between 1 to 10, it will form three right angles. In fact, this last part is controversial, I think. Yes, it can be there. Because between 1 to 10, when it moves from 1 to 2, hour and the minute hand will definitely form one right angle. From 2 to 3, again it will form one right angle somewhere. So it will form 10 right angles between 1 to 10. Between 6 to 9, it will form 3 right angles. And between 12 to 6, it will form 6 right angles. Because every hour, somewhere or the other, this hour hand and the minute hand would be at right angles to each other. Let's move on. Acute, obtuse and reflex action. Acute means angle less than 90 degrees. This is acute. Obtuse means angle more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Remember, less than 180. Reflex means angle more than 180 but less than 360 degrees. Right? That is reflex. Angle is measured in degrees. We use protractor for measuring these degrees. Suppose if I say angle ABC is 72 degrees, means what? I'll keep this at BC, lowest part, and start measuring from here inside. Okay, and then I'll say it is 72 degrees. What are perpendicular lines? Perpendicular lines means those lines which form a 90-degree angle with each other. See this, AB and MN, they form 90-degree angle, so those are called as perpendicular lines. You follow the problems, means download this app for we have separate problems, difficult problems solved in this. Download it, they are useful for you whether you are in state board, CBSE or ICSE, and then you will understand this theory better. As you practice more, then only you will understand the theory. Okay, let's move on. Perpendicular bisector means what? It is perpendicular also and bisector also. Bisector means what? Dividing this segment AB into two equal parts. See here it was not equal. AN equal to NB. We can't say that because we don't know. But here when it says perpendicular bisector, it means we know AD equals to DB because it's a bisector, and CD perpendicular to AB because it is perpendicular. Okay. Now classification of triangles. See here, triangles can be classified using two dimensions, basically two aspects. One is side, second is angles. Okay. So let's start by sides first. Means what? See this. Scale in triangle. None of the sides are equal. Means this side is not equal to the other, is not equal to the other. Means none of the sides are equal. That is called as scale in. Then isosceles. Isosceles means two sides are equal. This side is equal to this. See here, it's not compulsory that only these two top sides would be equal. It can happen that this bottom and one other top side will be equal. Any two sides should be equal. That's called as isosceles. Equilateral means all the three sides are equal. See this, equilateral. Okay. Now classification based on angles. Angles means what? See here. Acute angle triangle, right angle triangle and obtuse angle triangle. Means what? If all the angles of a triangle are less than 90 degrees, see this, less than 90 degrees, then it is called as acute angle triangle. Right angle means what? At least one angle should be a right angle. Then obtuse angle triangle means what? At least one angle should be obtuse angle. Then it's called obtuse angle triangle. Now quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals means what? It which has four sides. Okay. So what are the types of quadrilaterals? This is means important for you at this level. So they are rectangle, square, parallelogram, rhombus and trapezium. Okay. Now what are these? See here. It's quite easy. Rectangle means opposite sides equal and all angles right angle. This is two important features. These are the so opposite sides equal and all angles right angle. Square means what? All sides equal and all angles right angles. See here, what is the difference? Here it was only opposite. Here all sides equal and all angles right angle. Parallelogram. See here, it is similar to rectangle. Opposite sides equal and parallel. Only the difference is all angles are not right angles. Okay. Means what? If a parallelogram has all the angles as right angles, then it will become a rectangle. Every rectangle is a parallelogram, right? But every parallelogram is not a rectangle. Got it? So rhombus. Rhombus is similar to square. Always remember this. RS. Okay. So rhombus is similar to square. Square has all sides equal. Rhombus has all sides equal. Only the difference is square has 90 degrees all sides and rhombus doesn't have 90 degrees as all sides, all angles, sorry. Square has all angles as 90 degrees and rhombus doesn't have 90 degrees as all the angles. Trapezium. See here, one pair of the opposite sides is parallel. That's the only condition of trapezium. One pair. It can be this or it can be these also, anyone. But one pair only, not both the pairs. Okay. So this is known as trapezium. And if the non-parallel sides, these two, are equal, then it's called regular trapezium. Okay. Now polygons. Any figure made up of 3 or more line segments is called polygon. Okay. 3 or more means it includes triangle and all above it. So let's start. Number of sides 3, then it is called triangle. Number of sides 4, it is called quadrilateral. 5, it's called pentagon. 6, it's called hexagon. 7, it's called heptagon. 8, octagon. 9, nonagon, or somebody calls it nanogon also. 10, decagon. 11, it's 11, even I don't know. 12 is duodecagon. Yeah, with 11 sides it's called hendecagon. So don't forget that, hendecagon. Only up to 10 it is asked decagon and 12 is duodecagon. But you remember up to 10 only for your level. Now see one important difference. All these are drawn on a paper. So it is two-dimensional, we call it. Anything which is drawn on the paper is two-dimensional. Means it has only two dimensions, x and y. Now we'll go to three-dimensional figures. Three-dimensional means which we use in the daily life. Means ice cream cone, it's a three-dimensional. Cube means what we use in a table. Every suitcase of ours is a cube. Basically it's called a cuboid. Some books called cuboid. It's one and the same thing. Only the difference between cube and cuboid is cube has all square faces and cuboid has rectangular faces. Two of them can be square but remaining are rectangles. That is the difference between cube and cuboid. Otherwise they are similar. So your suitcase is a cuboid, and the cube which you play, that is basically the shape of a cube. Cylinder. So cylinder is the glass which you drink water, that is cylinder, or the gas cylinders which you get. Sphere. Your ball is a sphere. Pyramid. These pyramids we get it, Rubik's we get it generally. So that is a pyramid. Egypt, which you see, in Egypt there are many of pyramids. Okay. Now in a polygon, important parts are these. Faces means which we see the face. Edges means which we see this edge which cuts. If you many times we get cut because of some edge, that is called as edge. And vertex means that point which gets pierced in our body sometimes. Okay, so that's called as vertex. So how many faces are there? See this is a face, dark blue, then this will be a face, this will be a face. There would be many faces. Okay, So all flat surfaces of a solid shape are called faces. Okay. How many faces will the sphere have? Sphere means the ball which you have. That will have one face. How many edges will it have? No edge. How many vertices? No vertices. Because it's a ball. The line segment where two faces meet each other is called edge. The point where two edges meet is with each other is called vertex. Right? See here, two faces meet, it's edge. Two edges meet, it's vertex. Right? See this, number of faces, vertices and edges for various figures. Okay. So cube, it is 6 faces. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You can count it yourself also. Edges 12, 4 over here, 4 below and 4 on the sidewise. Okay. Vertices 8, 4 above, 4 below. Similarly for cuboid, same 6, 12, 8. Cone, it's only faces, 2 faces. Why 2 faces? This circular one and the bottom one. Okay. Edges, only one edge, this bottom one. Vertices, only one, this top one. Okay. Sphere, one face. Now what is the edge? It is one edge. Why one edge? Where the faces meet. So it's only one edge and 0 vertex because there is no point. Cylinder, 3 faces, 1, 2 and this circular one, and then 2 edges, this corner one, this corner and other corner, and 0 vertex because there is no point over here. Then square base pyramid. Square base means this bottom is a square and it's a pyramid. So how many faces? 4 over here and 5 over here. It is, see this square base pyramid, it should be 5 over here. It's already printed so I can change it now, but always remember this is 5. It has 5 faces. See here, these 4 faces on the above and one is the bottom face. Then these edges are 8. These 4 above and 4 below, this square one. And vertices are 5. These 4 below and 1 at the top. So triangular prism. Again same. How many faces? 5. 3 on this side and 2, 1 over here and other on the other side. Okay. So 5. How many edges? 9 edges. 3 on this side, 3 on other side and 3, these 3. This is 1, 2 and the last part over there. Right. 9. And vertices how many? 6. 3 over here, 3 over here. Okay. Rectangular prism. How many faces? 6. Right. 4 over here and 1 here, other here. Edges 12. 4 on that side, 4 on this side and these 4 which we can see over here. Right. And edges how many? 8. 8 edges are there. There is also Euler's formula. This is the formula. F plus V equals to E plus 2, means faces plus vertices equals to edges plus 2. So this formula is used for calculating the faces, vertices in any polygon, regular polygon or even any polygon, it's okay. So this formula is used in problems. If you download this app, Kidsguru Maths Olympiad app, that is useful for CBSE, ICSE and various state boards. There you will get this formula, all the problems solved, this theory which we have covered, everything you will get in that app. So download Kidsguru Maths Olympiad app from Play Store to get these videos, test, question banks with explanations directly on your mobile. Get 500 plus questions with explanations and case studies on your PC. It's a separate paid version. Follow us on Facebook on this link. WhatsApp us on this number for any query related to purchases. Remember, this app is useful for all CBSE, ICSE, various state boards, anyone who is doing maths.